Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy essentially killed a $200 billion federal spending bill. This news just came out yesterday. The bill includes around $100 billion for disaster funding, including billions of dollars for the SBA and their EIDL disaster loans program. I've got the full page bill right here. It's 1,500 pages. In this quick video, I'm going to tell you why Musk and Ramaswamy killed the bill, what's been in it, and what I think will happen next, especially when it comes to timing, and of course, how it affects small business owners. Now, this is the typical manufactured budget crisis. The House needs to pass approved spending, otherwise known as a stopgap measure, to avoid a government shutdown. We see this about every year, it seems. The bill was released a couple days ago. Obviously, 1,500 pages is a lot to read. I read a lot of it. Musk said this about the bill: this bill should not pass. Ever seen a bigger piece of pork? But then he said on X, his own platform, any member of the House or Senate who votes for this outrageous spending bill deserves to be voted out in 2 years. Musk also called on voters to directly call the representatives to, quote, stop the steal of their taxpayer dollars in the, quote, scam bill. Ramaswamy added this: it's full of excessive spending, special interest giveaways, and pork barrel politics. If Congress wants to get serious about government efficiency, they should vote no. Of course, Musk and Ramaswamy are in charge of Trump's new DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. They are tasked with cutting waste at the federal level. House Speaker Mike Johnson, a Republican, has also been talking with Musk and Ramaswamy about this to talk about the predicament. Congressional leaders need to take action to prevent a lapse in funding or else face a government shutdown on Friday night. Many hardline Republicans have howled over the measure, complaining that they just wanted a clean CR or continuing resolution and believe many of the other provisions should be taken up separately. This is the typical case. To get everyone on board, everyone needs a piece of something that they can take back to their constituents or for themselves or for their special interests. That's how it balloons to $200 billion. Let me talk about the $100 billion in disaster funding. Then give my predictions as always. Thanks for liking this video and subscribing so you never miss out on anything funding or business related. And you can always stay up to date on everything funding, grants, and business related on Skip. Try skip.com, create a free account. You see dozens of grants and funding opportunities. You can even quickly generate a business plan or a website using AI, brand new on Skip. The link to that is below. I'm going to jump to the text of the bill. We are on page 64 of 1,547. If you're following along at home, Small Business Administration Disaster Loans Program account, including transfer of funds. This is really interesting. For an additional amount, the Disaster Loans Program account for the direct cost of loans authorized by Section 7B of the Small Business Act, $2.249 billion to remain available, of which $50 million shall be transferred to the SBA Office of Inspector General. $50 million going to oversight. Too much, too little? What do you think? Looks like it's around 2% of the total budget. And another $613 million may be transferred to the SBA for salaries and expenses. Just a quick glance here, that looks it's like 20 or 30% of the total appropriated funding going to salaries and expenses. That's to replenish the EIDL disaster loans that ran out because of these few hurricanes we had in the fall. And there's a long queue for disaster funding now as a result. Do you think that's enough? And keep that in mind, and I'll zoom out here to talk about the $100 billion for disaster funding more broadly. Included in that $100 billion is $21 billion to help farmers whose crops were ravaged by natural disasters, fishery disaster assistance, and more. That's all bundled together. $2.2 billion is going to the SBA of that $100 billion in disaster assistance. Now, do you think that's enough, or there should be more? But the bottom line is this: use your imagination. What's included in this 1,500-page bill, and is it all necessary? Do you think Musk and Ramaswamy are doing the right thing by pushing back, delaying the vote, creating a forcing function to either push off the vote until what they hope for is that no vote is taken and no bill is passed until Trump takes office in January, or they'll pass a smaller version of this. What do you think about that? Now, of course, now Democrats currently control both the Senate and the White House. That's going to change in the new year, and Congress is going to have a brisk itinerary in the new year, juggling both Trump's new agenda and the outstanding government funding process for fiscal year 2025 before turning to 2026. Johnson says this, here's the quote he leaves with: right now, Democrats still control, and that's the problem, so we have to get this thing done so we don't have the shutdown. We get the short-term funding measure, and we get to March where we can put our fingerprints on the spending. That's when the big changes start, and we can't wait to get there. Let me know in the comments, do you think this should be passed now? Do you think there should be additions, subtractions, or this should wait until the new year? Thanks for watching and subscribing. I'll keep you posted on what happens. Most importantly, stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.